everybody, and welcome to the WOM Pod. I'm Renee DeFreitas, the faculty sponsor for the Women in Ministry organization here at Southwestern Assemblies of God University. And I'm here with our president, Nina Cáceres.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, you are here.
Yes.
This has been a fun week. It's my favorite week.
Yes, it is your favorite.
Yeah, Mission 10 week. Yes. So, did you go to the Mission 10 Possible,
Yes,
Nina?
I did. I didn't really know what it was going to be based on the escape room. I thought it was going to be a scary escape room type of thing, because that's the only scenario.
That we're going to tie you up.
I don't know. Something like that. But it was very different from all the other Mission 10 experiences, but it was still nonetheless impacting, at least personally for me.
Wow. We were praying for that. So
Yeah.
tell me what impacted you.
So in the room, as soon as you walk in, you have no idea what you're doing. Usually there's somebody that takes charge and goes through all the clues and tries to figure things out. But I loved how the room was set up to where your mind and your eyes are distracted to everything that's around you, and you're trying to find the clues to solve this mission to get the Bible to the missionaries. We are in United Emirates, Arab Emirates, and we have to have the Bible to our missionary. And so around you is all these really nice trinkets and things, and then below you, excuse me, I saw boxes.
Yeah.
And whoa, sorry. These black boxes that had locks on them, but I figured that they were significant. Anyway, so, yes, those were the ones that led you to complete your mission.
But you weren't really paying attention to them.
No, and that's the thing. I had shared with our leader when we were debriefing everything that, in a way, the room and all the distraction is almost like us, and how we get distracted with everything that's going on around us, and we forget to look for the truth and how to solve problems, say, we're wrestling with doubt or fear and we don't know the answer, so we're looking for others things to help us figure out how to do it, when really the answer is right in front of you in the Bible or through prayer, and those boxes, it was right in front of you, but you just didn't get to it.
That's so good. That's so good.
It was really impacting for me.
Yeah, and it was easy to not you were totally not on mission in looking at the other things. The mission was in those boxes. So that's cool. That was what we hoped, and people would understand, what we can get really distracted here in the United States in our lives, and not really be thinking that God is on mission all over this world. There's things He's doing all over this world. And since we have this worldwide focus and worldwide mission, today I'm really excited about our guest who's here with us today.
This is going to be so great.
Yeah, unlike other days where we have had, missionaries or leaders and pastors, today we have a student. One of my students. Her name is Fille Kinyamahanga. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to say it again, the whole thing. Fille Kinyamahanga.
There you go. You got it right.
I got it right. But what do you tell people to call you?
Sometimes I call people to call me Fifi. Because when I got here, they used to call me Fille, and it doesn't go with my name.
No, you don't want to be Filet, like mignon or anything like that. No, Fifi. I love Fifi. And so, her story. Let me just kind of back up. How I got to know you, obviously, you're my student in Church and Mission. Kind of quiet.
Yes.
But you have such a bright countenance, mostly because sometimes you wear your African clothes.
I love them.
I love them too. Right now, our listeners can't see, but she has a beautiful headscarf on.
Yes,
love it.
Orange and cobalt blue.
Yeah, so she might be quiet, but she'll have her pretty scarf on.
Yes.
I knew that I could see Jesus in you, Fifi, from the very first time you came in my class, but I didn't know your story. I love that I have you, Fifi, and Cliff from Kenya, and a few MKs in our class, so we kind of have a little bit of everywhere. But I love that because it brings that international perspective, another perspective into the classroom. But I didn't know your testimony. And so we have an assignment in the Church and Mission class in which you write out your testimony. And so I'm grading these testimonies. I'm crying. God's work in people's lives make me just, I love it. I love hearing his story. And then I came to yours, and I never read a story like this. And I thought, I'm going to ask Fifi if she'd be bold enough to share. And you said yes.
I
did. You're so good to tell us. So that's a little backup. I want you to start. You were born in Congo.
Yes.
Okay, so born in the Congo, but I want you to kind of start with your story. Born in a Christian family, right?
Yes, ma'am. I did. I was born in a Christian family. My dad is a pastor. He was a pastor since when I was little.
Okay.
And still now he's still a pastor.
Yeah. So Pentecostal church in Congo.
In Congo.
And you're telling me he's well known. Like he preached in a lot of places.
Yeah, Congo. He did. If it's the person who's from Congo, they know him as Pastor Kinyamahanga because he's also really loud and so yeah.
So take us back to when you were 10 years old, 2004. You live in Congo. You are from a tribe that is a mixture of, from what I understand, Congo, Rwandan, and Tanzania. And Burundi.
Yes.
Okay. But it's a tribe. You've only known Congo. You were born there.
Yeah.
But there is a genocide in 2004. And it is was it from another tribe in Congo?
So Congo is a really big country. I would say it's the second largest country in Africa, and we have like more than 250 tribes. And among that tribe, it's also my tribe, which is called Banyamulenge. It's really hard to say, but if you kind of know Banyamulenge, like you know Mulenge, but you have just to put Banyamulenge on it. And so yeah, my tribe. We were born in Congo. Like I grew up in Congo, but our ancestors were from Rwanda, Burundi, and Tanzania, and they were immigrants in Congo. So like 400 years ago, but since they speak the language of Rwanda, so they kind of consider not Congolese, because they don't speak their language. But most of our people, they speak the main language in Congo. It's Swahili, Lingala, and French. So we speak Swahili, but also we have our other mother tongue language, which is Kinyamahanga, and it's a mix of Kirundi, which from Burundi, and also Kinyarwanda from Rwanda. So as like another tribe in Congo, they also have their own language, but we all come together as Swahili speakers. So, and then in 2004, there was like, I would say it was a transition of government that was like, they kind of have a reunion of like getting all the people who speak Rwandan language out of the country, or they're gonna kill them. And then as a result, our tribe was the only tribe that can speak those language, and they kind of look like the Rwandese people.
Yeah. So this is not, maybe many of our listeners, they're not familiar. This is so outside of what we've ever experienced in the United States. The Rwandan genocide, people kind of know about that history, and that those people were rejected. The Tutus and the
Tutsi and
Hutu. You know, we don't even know how to say the names. But we kind of know that. So this is kind of what you were going through in Congo.
So
when
it
you're
was
10
kind
years
of like
old.
that. Yeah, it was. So like they will consider us as a Tutsi, as Congolese Tutsi. So as it has already been happening in Rwanda in 1994, so they kind of want to do it in Congo also.
So it was kind of related.
Yeah, it was kind of related, but since in Rwanda it was a really big genocide, but ours was a really small tribe, so it was kind of like that. Yeah.
So you have a small tribe of probably more than 200 people?
More than that.
Okay, but still relatively small. And you're 10 years old, and someone tells your dad, you all have to leave. it's not safe for you to stay in the home that you've lived in your whole life, right?
Yes.
You have a house.
We had a
clothes.
House.
You had a regular life in Africa.
Yep.
In Africa, which would be different for us. But so you had to escape.
I had to escape. So it was during, I remember it was in the afternoon, I was coming from school. But also, if I can take it back, whenever I was in school, like 1 week before, like every kid from our tribe, whenever we go to school, like other kids will look at us like, what are they doing here? But since we didn't have an idea to what like they're planning to do, so we didn't even pay that much attention to it. And then one day, like one evening, my big sister showed up at my school, and then she was like, we have to go home. I was like, why are you taking me out of school? And she was like, just come home. Somehow in my head, I was like, maybe something happened at home or somebody's sick.
You knew there was a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like there is a trouble, like there's something is going to happen. So I had to get out of school early. And then when I got there, I found my mom home. Like everybody's at home. I was like, what's going on? They say,
was she crying?
She wasn't actually crying, but I can tell that she's nervous. Yeah. Like there's something that's gonna happen, and like if there's something gonna happen in a country or in a place, your parent doesn't just be like, oh, this is gonna happen.
Right.
They're always like, you guys have to calm down, like.
Yeah, they're trying to be peaceful, so you don't get upset.
Yeah, so we on that evening we were all in the house with my cousins and everybody else in our small community. So on that day, like around in the night, somehow there's a person who came and told my dad that they're planning on killing you guys. You guys have to get out of the country right away. So we didn't have transportation, and they were like, how are we gonna get out? And in the only country that was kind of close to where we live, it was Burundi. So they were like, okay, let's go in Burundi. But how are we gonna get in Burundi without having a car or anything?
Right.
So they're planning on like walking. So like it was a long journey. Like we had to walk like at night and going
in secret because you're escaping.
Yeah.
And so you're following one car. You're over 200 people escaping through the night.
Yes.
How did you eat?
We didn't have any food, of course, because you're not gonna run and carrying food.
Yeah.
Did you take any of your clothes or anything?
No, we had to take a little bit. I would say our uniform that I was wearing from school, and I was also wearing my flip flops. That's the shoes I had to school. But we had to walk, and we didn't take anything.
Were you sad about some of the things you left?
I was really sad, first of all, because I'm leaving my friends behind. Inside my head, I didn't know that like there's a tribe conflict going on.
Yeah, you don't know all
I
that.
had so many friends from the other tribes, so they were my close friends, and I was so sad for leaving them. And they were like, "Where are you guys going?" I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna come back." Like I knew that we were gonna come back, so we had to leave. And whenever I remember we had to go, we had to cross the border of Congo and Burundi. And the only way to cross the border, you have to show your ID and everything. And most of the family members, they didn't have any IDs or anything. So since some parents had money, and they give it to the police that I was like at the border, and then they pay them the money, so they let everybody cross. It was not hard that I was expecting to be, but we kind of crossed the border and we left Congo. And it was a journey for like a week. It took us like a week or 2 weeks.
Wow, on foot.
On foot, yeah.
Walking in secret. Wow.
It was.
So you got across and got into Burundi, and where did you live? What did you do?
Okay, so when we got in Burundi, we had to find a way to survive. So right away, when we got in Burundi, we were refugees, because refugees, the person who is not living in their own native country. So when we got there, that's when we were just like outside. There was no house, there was nothing, there was no food. But thank God we also found a safe place to sleep, because we've been working for weeks.
Yes.
And so we had to sleep, and then the next morning, some people start coming, and then I don't know what happened, because maybe God did it. The UN nation, they came and then they brought food, water for everybody, and they start building tents. on that area in it's a place called Gatumba. It's it's between Burundi and Congo. It's kind of really close to Congo, but it's on the border of Burundi.
Wow.
So that's where we stayed.
So like God sent United Nations. You just felt like God was helping you, sent you.
He was
and you had tents because you were just sleeping on the ground. How long did you sleep on the ground?
So we stayed, I would say maybe it was like a week or something.
Before the United Nations.
Yeah. But so whenever they showed up, they built the tent and they brought like our like covers and stuff, like food, and then we start having actually something to eat and somewhere to sleep. So that's how we stay in that refugee camp for like two months, because it was in June of 2000.
So you weren't going to school or anything.
We were not going to school.
So this was not an easy situation. You're in these tents. They're small tents.
They were really small. And
all your family together. But are you? Am I right that your whole tribe was believers?
Yeah, most of like all my tribe. So we are Christian, and I don't know about if we have any Muslim people, but I have never seen any. Maybe if they live in another place, but I have never seen any. We are all believers.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So did you have church?
Oh my God, yes, we had a church. Our tribe is really a Christian tribe. We sing a lot. We dance a lot.
Aww.
And I was actually in kids choir. I don't know how to sing, but I was there just to enjoy.
Yeah.
And so when we got in Gatumba in that refugee camp, we also formed our kids choir.
Aww.
And they had the old one and everybody else. So yeah.
So you were singing even in difficult situations.
Yeah.
And you thought, now you're safe. Did you think, now we're safe? We crossed the border, we're safe. No more danger. Was that the case?
Yeah, it was actually the case. We were like, oh God, thank you. Thank you for giving us this place to sleep. Like, we have not everything, but we had everything we need.
Because you had your family.
Yeah, we had our family. Everybody's safe. Until the tragedy happened in August. It was the 13th of August in 2004.
Wow. What a story. Could you have imagined that this Fille, who is sitting like 2 rows beside you, had gone through something like this?
No, I recognized that she was from a different place, and I think the first time that I had met her, I had asked her where she was from, and she had said a little bit about her being from Congo and that there was a genocide and stuff, but that's about it.
Wow.
But
yeah, what a story. And to be kicked out of to escape your country because of the language that you speak, because of the tribe that you live in. And the whole time having faith in God, walking 2 weeks without food. I mean, this is an amazing story. Like, we could have a movie about this.
Yeah,
and you think now they're safe, but that's just the beginning, right? There's more to this story. And so you're going to want to tune in for part 2 and hear the rest of what God does through her family and what happens.
Yes.
It's a great story, right?
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Definitely. I don't know, it does something to your heart and to your spirit. So
yeah, so tune in, and we'll continue the story next time. We are Women of Ministry, and we
thrive